Hello everybody, Dominomial here, and welcome back to Super Mario Galaxy 2. In this episode, we are going to go back to Yoshi Star Galaxy. Oh no, the Spinies are running rampant! An enemy that never appeared in the first game! What shall we do? Or wait, no. The Spinies did appear in Galaxy 1, we just didn't have any way of dealing with them besides Power Stars. So, yeah. With Yoshi, you can now eat the Spinies and shoot them out with the cursor. The cursor acted up a little bit there, so I didn't get to do a good demonstration. So, yeah. Just do that as so. Yeah, and then there's a launch star over here that we can break. Let's break it. Because there isn't anything else on this island to explore. Ooh, starbits. You can eat the Lakitus Cloud and just kill him if you want. Although Lakitus respawn, so it isn't really worth it unless you just want to get them out of your way. I wanted to go for that launch star, but I guess that doesn't really matter. Okay, so there's a 1-up you can get here if you just, disembark Yoshi. The thing about Mario Galaxy 2 is that it's kinda has, some of the first instances of what I would like to call Mario Odyssey secret design, where they put secrets in some of the craziest places in this game that you don't think you would be able to reach. I mean, in Mario Odyssey, I have mixed feelings about that game, Mario Odyssey, because it's a good game. It's just way too bloated for its own good. I wish that the game had many, many less power moves. Instead of, adding, fucking 100 to every single level, by endgame and postgame especially, with, 80 power moons, in, every area. It's no, please don't. I don't want to get a power moon for sitting on the bench with a fucking random person in New York. Why? I 100%ed that game, and it was an awful experience. It wasn't fun. Especially all those, hints pictures that you get in the game, where it's oh, it's Mario Galaxy, or not Mario Galaxy, it's Legend of Zelda, cryptic puzzles, mixed with a Mario platformer, with no way to even toggle how to get the hints, on your screen, besides the game literally saying, take a screenshot of this image on your Switch, and then come back to it later. No. You should have some kind of dedicated menu where I can access the hints pictures. How about that, instead of being lazy, you fucking dumbass game designers? Okay, no, I don't hate the game designers of Mario Odyssey, it's just that one part really fucking aggravates me. I don't know why they couldn't have added an in-game hints, picture menu. Especially with, the dark side of the moon having, 10 hint pictures. Why? Ugh. So, yeah, Mario Odyssey is fun with the main content. Just getting, the story-based power moves. But even then, it's not as good as, this or Mario 64, where it actually feels like the main content is actually the main content because there's no bloated stuff in it. Okay. So there's actually a way to, yeah. You can completely skip the part where you get the drill. Did that Luma just ask where the hell I came from? I just did a big jump. Don't freak out over that. I'm Mr. Mario. I'm Mr. Chris Pratt himself. So yeah, I want to go down here. And then the Comet Medal is right here. Cool. So yeah, Mario Odyssey is kind of a dumb game with all the bloat. And while I do like some of the areas in Mario Odyssey, the rest of it just doesn't feel that good. Like, the coolest areas that's in Mario Odyssey don't get enough, like, development. Like, we got the Metro Kingdom. Yeah, cool, that's kind of actually interesting. It's like Sonic Adventure, real-life people in a fucking Mario game, which is really weird and surreal. But, like, there's, like, this whole, like, one, like, eldritch, like, dark horror kingdom that we didn't get anything out of besides a really out-of-place dragon. Like, realistic out-of-place dragon that shouldn't have been in the game with the theming, but was still really awesome to fight. We got nothing out of that kingdom except that battle, which was kind of a disappointment. And I don't know. Oh, hey, Captain Toad. This is the first game. No, Mario Galaxy was the first game he was in, not this one. But he returns in this one. This is when he started becoming, like, a recurring character that's, like, in the Mario universe. But, like, everybody says that Mario Odyssey may not have, like, some of the best levels and that it has too much bloat. But then they always, like, say, but the game has the best movement out of the 3D Mario games. I'm just thinking, what movement? What, you mean, like, jump, hat, dive, jump, dive? Maybe a wall jump in there in the middle? Like, I mean, yeah, it has, like, the most moves you can do in any Mario game. But, like, it isn't really, like... There isn't really an interesting way that you can break the game to go fast like you can in basically all the other 3D Mario games. This game has the infinite flutter jump with Yoshi, which I admit is really fucking stupid that that's what all the Mario Galaxy 2 speedruns are like. Like, I want a glitchless Mario Galaxy 2 speedrun without the fucking infinite flutter jump, for God's sake. Why can't I get that? Because infinite flutter jump doesn't even, like, show off the interesting shortcuts that you can do without it. It's just, oh, you can infinite flutter jump! This is why I prefer watching Mario Galaxy 1 speedruns a whole lot over 2. But it's kind of the same thing for Mario Odyssey. Once you figure out the optimal movements, you don't have any reason to try out any cool new shortcuts because you can just move fast just by shaking the controller, and then you can reach absurdly high heights with the ground pound, jump, hat, dive, jump, wall jump trick. Like, platformers are really cool to watch speedruns of, but if there's just one or two game-breaking glitches or exploits that, like, make your movement incredibly fast or really, like, high jump, it isn't really interesting to watch anymore because, like, the game has to be good enough to have, like, not as many glitches as, say, like, DK64, but enough so that you can exploit them to get to areas in an unintended route or much faster than intended. But if that glitch is literally infinite jump, then, like, what's the point of watching a speedrun of it? Like, the only interesting levels to watch in the Mario Galaxy 2 speedruns are the ones without Yoshi, or were the ones where they skip Yoshi, or, like, they don't have Yoshi. Like, that's the most interesting part of Mario Galaxy 2 speedruns. And that's why I never even attempted to speedrun this game. Because I can't even do the infinite flutter jump trick that well. Doing a whole run of that just sounds boring and tedious and also kind of difficult. Mario Galaxy at least has some interesting tech. With, like, oh, you could do 2-player to do, like, the super high jump, or you could still do single player, but you'd have to utilize a different route that's a bit slower and a lot more difficult. For the sake of more control. Or, I don't know. So yeah, point is, Mario Odyssey does have a lot of movement options, but at the end of the day, you're just going to be shaking your controller like a madman trying to roll at the speed of sound. And I mean, I guess you could, like, take a jab at this game, like, but the Mario Galaxy games only have long jumps as their primary source of movement. But the thing is about this game, with the long jumps, you can, like, you can do some pretty interesting looking things with the long jumps, and things that you wouldn't think would work. At least the runs are interesting to look at with the long jumps, because some of the long jumps are really insane to watch or pull off. Mario Odyssey doesn't have any crazy jumps like those. Even like the moon, like, high wall jump to skip that one area at the end of the game. Once you get that off, it's, like, not difficult to pull off. It's just a matter of identifying a pattern on the wall and then just doing a jump. It's not that difficult, guys. Okay. Like, see, even with, like, the long jumps, like, yeah, sure, I'm just doing long jumps, but I'm skipping, like, basically the main mechanic of the level, which, you know, you can skip some pretty interesting things with the long jump, or skip some... With the long jumps in Mario Galaxy, it just kind of expedites the levels, that's all. It doesn't actually, like, make the levels boring to watch. It's just... I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to defend the speedruns for this game compared to Mario Odyssey. I'm the one that brought this tangent on myself. My main point is just Mario Galaxy speedruns are more interesting to watch than Mario Odyssey ones. Or, I don't know. I haven't seen a Mario Odyssey speedrun since, like, shortly after the game came out. And maybe they figured out some kind of cool movement tech or, like, transformation tech. But, like, thing is, Mario Odyssey speedruns, they skip the transformations for the most part. Like, they almost never use transformations because it's just slower. And that's the main gimmick of the game. Transforming. They just skip the gimmicks for the movement because the movement allows you to do some pretty crazy shit and sequence break some of the most interesting parts of the levels through some of the dumbest methods, dumbest, most boring methods. Like, I don't know. At least when you're using the long jumps in this game, you're at least using the main gravity and floating, like, more floaty nature of this game. Like, you're utilizing the gravity and exploiting it to make some cool jumps. Hmm. Hello? That guy just kind of killed me, huh? Or hit me, rather. Okay. Okay. That part's a little bit scary sometimes if you don't have good timing. So yeah, I don't... When I got Odyssey, I loved the game at first. I was like, this is the best 3D Mario ever! Since Galaxy! And now that I'm thinking back on it, it's just like, I only actually 100%ed that game once. And 100%ing it is kind of what soured my experience with the game. So, yeah. Ooh. So yeah, like the only other times I've played the game, Mario Odyssey, is just when I at first like tried to learn the speedrun to it to see if I could beat the game quickly. My first ever attempt was like an hour 40 minutes for an any percent, which was kind of bad at the time because back then like the speedruns were like an hour and 15 minutes before they were sub 1 hour. But, I mean, you know, for a first attempt and not practicing at all, that's pretty good. And then after that, I'm just like, nope. I already know all the movement tech for this game. At the time I did. The movement is kind of boring when you think about it. And the levels aren't really interesting enough to pose any challenges to this movement tech. Okay, Lubba's gonna tell us about the drill and the toad. I went on a surprisingly long tangent about Mario Odyssey. I still think the game's good. I'm just not gonna speedrun that game. I'm just gonna casually play it and play it fast. Because I know the movement tech. And I feel like I have to play it fast now that I know the movement. It's one of those things where, like, there are, like, speedrunners often mention that, like, when they learn how to speedrun a game, they start to dislike the game. Like, they actually start to genuinely dislike the game. And that kind of happened for me with Mario Odyssey. I still appreciate it, and I still respect that it's a good game. I just don't personally like it anymore that much. It's fine, it's good, it's fun. But now that I know how to do the fast, speedy movements, that's all I'm going to do to play the game. And doing the fast movement is absolutely boring. It's so fucking boring. So, yeah. Okay, so this is Cloud Mario. When you spin, you spawn a cloud platform underneath you. And, This power-up leads to some of the most interesting sequence breaks in levels. Like, there's one here that I could have used the Cloud Flower for. But I don't really want to do that, because if I sequence broke to that part of the level, I would be skipping this Comet Medal. And I know I haven't mentioned them yet and what they do, but they come in very important later, especially for 100%, which this playthrough will be. At least of the first 120 stars. I don't know if I'm going to do the green stars. Most likely, yes. Inevitably, I will do the green stars, but that's probably going to be something where I bring somebody else in for co-comp to distract me and, like, be like a podcast kind of thing, because collecting the green stars is very tedious and boring. Or I just kind of edit it down to, like, a montage, show where the green stars are, and then I go on to the final last level of the game. The perfect run. Champion's Road. This is the first 3D Mario game. Or no, this is the first Mario game that implemented that sort of super final secret last level that's absurdly difficult kind of thing. And believe it or not, this is actually probably one of the easier final levels in in a 3D Mario game with, like, the secret extra hard level. This is probably one of the easiest versions of those levels. I think the only one easier than this one is probably 3D Land. Because 3D World is fucking absurdly difficult. Actually, no, the Mario Odyssey extra secret level was also easier than this one. So, no, never mind. This one's kind of in the middle of the list in terms of difficulty and secret levels. But either way, it's still a really difficult level, and I'm going to die a lot on it, probably. So, yeah, I suppose at the rate I'm going at, I'll probably be able to do 2 more stars in this episode to make it for 10 power stars, and then considering there's 242 power stars in the game, including the green stars. This is probably going to be like a, let's see. Oh. This is probably going to be like a 40-episode series or something like that if I actually 100% it and show all the green stars. I'm not going to think about that, though. When I think about it, that becomes overwhelming. So, why am I going back to this level, you may ask? There's a secret. There's a secret. I don't think they tell you about the secret yet, but there's a secret star here that you can get right away. What you want to do is you want to collect as many coins as possible. And there's a warp pipe here that'll, you know, show you to a shit ton of coins. Make sure to collect them all. Seriously, you don't want to miss a single coin here because you will regret it. Because you need 100 of them. And also you get some star bits, which is a nice reward. And honestly, I should be going out of my way to get some of these secrets because I don't have the Bank Toad. Or I do, but I don't have the star bits from the other accounts because the other accounts don't have any people on them. Because I'm playing on a new console. Okay. Ooh, I also kind of want to show off that sequence break, though. So... if you... Oh! Okay, let's try this again. I almost died there due to my hubris. So, you want to create a cloud platform here. I mean, you can make this jump without a cloud platform, it's just a little bit difficult. And you don't even need to get the extra cloud platform to get here. It's just, if you want to do the sequence break, you're going to want all 3 clouds. I'm actually going to activate you because, I feel like I don't need to feed you again if I do this and then die. So they kind of changed how the Lumas work in this game. There are overworld hungry Lumas that only feed on star bits that you collect throughout the entire game. And then there are coin hungry Lumas that only feed on the coins that you collect within a level. That's kind of how they changed the balancing. So, from here, long jump. Do another one. Okay, you didn't even need the 3rd cloud platform. But yeah, that's how you can sequence break half this level with cloud platforms. I'm not going to do that because, I need to do the secret. I hope the Hungry Luma has stayed fed. But I will do the secret again, just in case. So there are some, like, cool sequence breaks that you can do in this game. When Yoshi's not in the level. That being one of the easiest ones to do in the game. Because the other ones are quite a bit more difficult. Because, with some of the new power-ups like the Cloud Flower, allowing for some really interesting movement in terms of, like, you know, when to use the cloud and how to sequence break certain levels. And some of the other mechanics in this game. You can do some interesting movement tech when you don't have Yoshi on you. I mean, I still stand by that Yoshi makes the Galaxy 2 speedruns kind of boring to watch. But I will admit that outside of Yoshi, this game is much more impressive to watch than Galaxy 1. Because Galaxy 1 has some pretty basic level design compared to 2. And because of that, breaking 2's levels are just so much more satisfying than breaking Galaxy 1. Although I still think Galaxy 1 is the more interesting game of the two. Galaxy 2 is just the more refined, polished experience. Yeah, I guess I can't do 10 stars per every 2 episodes, huh? Well, whatever. In the next episode of Mario Galaxy 2... Actually... I'm going to deposit my star bits. Let me deposit star bits, Toad! In the next episode of Mario Galaxy 2... I will, or rather we, will go on to that other galaxy in the fork of the road that leads to the dead end. So, in the next one, bye.